Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Joelle and I resell on Poshmark and Instagram. And today I'm going to talk about the pros and cons of selling on Poshmark. I'd say that this video is catered to people who are unfamiliar with Poshmark and want to get started. So if you are a subscriber who is an established reseller, then obviously, I do not expect you to watch this, but if you want to support my channel, I'd always appreciate it. But just like any platform, there are pros and cons. So I am just going to get right into it. I'm going to start with the cons because, spoiler alert, I think that the pros outweigh those cons. And so I'm going to start with the bad and end on a good note about Poshmark. The first con is definitely that 20% fee that Poshmark takes from your earnings. So if I get a $100 sale, for example, it is definitely frustrating to see that my earnings are only $80. And when you factor in cost of goods, obviously your earnings go down even lower. So sometimes it is frustrating knowing that that buyer paid $100 and usually they paid shipping as well, and you got 20% taken away from that purchase. Obviously, I will get into some pros that, as I said before, outweigh these cons, but that 20% fee is definitely frustrating. All right, con number 2 is that you have to stay very active on the app. So sharing and oftentimes listing daily is very important to get frequent sales on Poshmark. Obviously, if you are just clearing out your closet, you might just be trying to get a couple sales here and there, more of those effortless sales. But if you want to make this into a part-time or full-time gig, you have to be active daily. Now they have services such as Posher VA, where you can have somebody who shares your items daily and sends out offers to likers. I personally have not put down the money to pay for that yet, and so I do share my closet every day. So I share over 200 items at least 3 times a day, and this work can definitely be tedious, but I do definitely see those benefits whenever I am active. It is just sometimes frustrating because that work does get repetitive. And I have 4 pros and 4 cons each, so now we're going to get into that third con, which is that oftentimes people who like your items are just window shopping. So I always send out that 10% offer with discounted shipping the same day that someone will like an item. And one thing that I have noticed is that it's not always successful. You have to realize that a lot of people are simply online shopping. It's kind of the equivalent to when you are shopping on your favorite retailer and you're just adding a bunch of items in your cart just to get to the end and delete everything. I see a lot of resellers get frustrated about it, but in my opinion, I know that I do it all the time. If you look at my likes on Poshmark, 90% of them I have no intention of buying. And a lot of the other ones, I just really want to get a good discount, or I am shopping for similar items on other platforms to see which one I can find at the cheapest. Window shopping is just a part of the reselling world. We all do it, and so a lot of times you just can't get your hopes up about every single like. But on the contrary, I have gotten a lot of sales off of offers to likers, and sending offers to likers is very, very important to get those frequent sales. But on the contrary, sending out those offers to likers is very important and often very successful. You'd be amazed that when you are sharing and listing daily, how many likes you will get in your closet. So yes, you're gonna get those window shoppers, but you're also gonna get those people that are willing to buy your stuff just at a slighter discount. So definitely send out those offers to likers. All right, my final con of Poshmark is that those seasons change and summer slowdown is a real and frustrating occurrence. I experienced my first summer slowdown this year and it was just annoying. I think that this is a con for all platforms like Mercari or eBay or Facebook Marketplace as well. Overall, it's just a big thing in reselling. That summer slowdown, people are busy, they're working, they're on vacation, they're just not looking to shop. All right, now to my favorite part of the video, which is the pros of selling on Poshmark. As I said earlier, I have 4 pros along with my 4 cons, so I am going to get right into them. My first pro is that Poshmark is just easy in general, and I think that it is the most simple app to sell on out of all of the platforms. And one of the biggest reasons why is because of the shipping. So if you don't know, Poshmark ships through USPS and it is a flat rate of $7 something. I think it's like $7.45. And if you send out an offer with discounted shipping, they just take that out of your earnings. So you don't need to worry about getting a whole new label because Poshmark just emails you the shipping label. It is prepaid, ready to go. All you need to do is ship it on your poly mailer or your box and you are ready to send out your item. And because Poshmark ships through USPS, you can go to your local post office, or if you're in the right area, you can get them shipped to your house for free. and you could get free boxes and free poly mailers, and oftentimes even free tape and other shipping supplies to ship out your items. So obviously taking out that 20% is frustrating, but whenever you have such an easy shipping process, it makes life as a reseller a lot more simple. And on to the next pro of selling on Poshmark, you are not as likely to get scammed. So I have never had a case opened up against me, but based on a lot of Facebook pages that I'm a part of, whenever people do have cases opened against them, especially if they are prominent sellers who have had multiple sales, maybe they're a Poshmark ambassador, if there's a case opened up against them and it happens to be someone trying to scam them out of their money or their product, Poshmark almost always sides with the seller. So for higher end items that I sell, I usually will take additional pictures before I ship, just so that in the case that somebody might try to scam me, I'll still have those extra pictures. But usually if Poshmark sees your description and they see the pictures and you disclose flaws or you showed everything about the item that you sold and you are a seller that has good reviews, then they will most likely side with you. So like I said, I've never had a case opened up against me. I've never run into any problems, but all of the stories that I have seen, when somebody does open up a case against a seller, that seller usually wins the case and they still get their earnings. My next pro is that staying active definitely reaps its benefits. So like I said earlier, obviously you get those window shoppers who have no intention of buying your items, but when you are sharing, you will have those likers coming in, and a lot of them are intentional about buying your products. And keywords are obviously important on any reselling platform, but I also like that it's not all about that search engine optimization. So a lot of times on Poshmark, people will just shop a brand or a certain category. And the way that Poshmark organizes these categories is they will put the just shared items at the top. So I have a pair of Cole Haan boots, and let's say there is someone shopping for a Cole Haan pair of boots in a size 10. They have all of those filters that they can shop for on Poshmark. If I just shared my item around the same time that they are looking at that specific category, then my boots will show up at the top or near the top of that search category. I always see the most traffic coming to my closet right after I list or right after I share items. So it is definitely important to stay active, and it really does result in more sales. My final pro kind of goes with the ease of using the app, and it is that you have very quick payments and deposits. So what I like about Poshmark is that they have a pending balance and a redeemable balance. And so right when you make a sale, the buyer has paid for the item, but obviously the package has not come to their house and they haven't accepted it, but that money that you earn does show up in the pending balance. And if that package arrives to the buyer's house and they don't accept it within 10 days, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, then those earnings get automatically deposited into your redeemable balance, and then you can either get a check or do direct deposit. So I think it's a very quick process, and one of my favorite things is that the buyer has to pay immediately, right when they buy that item. They don't get a certain window where they can choose if they want to pay or not. Obviously, they can cancel the order, but this doesn't happen very often. So right when they purchase the item, that balance might not be redeemable, but it is pending and you can see it right there. So those are my pros and cons of selling on Poshmark. Like I said earlier, I definitely think that those pros outweigh the cons. And if you sell on other platforms like Mercari or eBay, I would love to hear about what you really like about those apps. And if you want to see more reseller videos like this one, I hope that you consider subscribing to my channel. I make a lot of thrift haul videos, Poshmark tips, thredUP unboxings, what sold videos, and I will definitely start making videos about selling on Instagram because I have gotten my Instagram thrift page kicked off. So look out for those Instagram videos in the future because I definitely think that it is a good platform to sell on. You just have to be patient getting your shop started. But to recap, our cons are the 20% fee, having to stay active on the app, those window shoppers, and summer slowdown. And the pros are the simplicity of the app, especially with shipping. You are less likely to get scammed. Payments and deposits are quick, and you definitely see those benefits to staying active on the app. So if you are still here, I really appreciate you all watching, and I will see you for my next video.